All right. Hi, everyone. Let me actually check if we're live. We should be live. I think we're live, but I have to make sure. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Are we live? Anyways, let me just check who is. Let me know how the audio is. I see there's people here in the live chat. Yay, Soha, reminding everybody to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Soha, for always doing that. Yeah, like and subscribe. What the hell? If you're not subscribed, what? Yeah. Anyways, Marco is here. Somebody that I can't pronounce their name is here, and someone else that I can't pronounce their name is also here. Oh, Marco is also on Twitch, which reminds me, follow us on Twitch. Twitch is link in the description. All right. Oh, so I was saying audio is great. Fantastic. Okay, what are we looking at today? We're looking at Joe Biden losing his mind. Well, actually, that's usual. Anyways, let's. When I start playing this, just let me know how the audio is, okay? If you could hear him.
And I can't thank you enough for all you've done so far, and that's thank you for taking the time for watching today. Look, one of the things I think is important. I wish we taught.
Oh wait, let me give you some context. He's talking. This was specifically to what a million Muslim votes summit. A million Muslim votes is like a summit to get for people to come and tell Muslims why they should vote for him. Yeah, that's all you need to know. So he's this audience. This is not for public consumption. This is directed at Muslims. That's all the context you need.
More in our schools about the
Wait.
Islamic faith.
Ooh, we missed the
Watching
important part.
today. Look, one of the things I think is important. I wish we taught more in our schools about the Islamic faith. I wish we talked about all the great confessional faiths. It's one of the great confessional faiths. And what people don't realize is one of my avocation is theology. Don't realize is that we all come from the same root here in terms of our fundamental basic beliefs. And I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, for being engaged, for
Okay, first of all, it's alarming for him to say that we need to teach Islam in schools, because I mean there is a way that this could sound okay, but I don't think that level of nuance is something that Biden would even understand. So I don't think he's talking about what would make it okay. The only way Islam would be okay in schools if you're reading it, if you're studying it objectively in a comparative, like in a court, like something that is not propaganda and it's elective. I don't know. I don't think if you go to him and ask him what do you mean, he means any of that. Like, what is he talking about? Is he talking about teaching kids in schools how great Islam is, like Islamic propaganda in schools? Is that what he's saying? Because that sounds to me that sounds what he's saying. And even if he's not saying that, that's very irresponsible for him to just throw this out there and be like, "What the hell?" Like that's one of the guys. This video is from July 20th, and I don't know why this didn't get into like this is around 18 days old now, and even the right wing people are not like raising the alarm on this. Is this not like a major red flag? Am I getting scared of this like for no reason? Like when a presidential candidate comes and says like, "Hey, we need to teach Islam in schools," and nobody is reacting to this. Nobody is like, is this not a red flag for anybody? Am I missing something here? Am I being paranoid here? But then another red flag for me was what came after. Also, like when he said, "We have this. All of us have the same root." What did he say? The same roots in beliefs. What?
Thank you for giving me from the same root here in terms of our fundamental basic beliefs.
All of us have the same root here in the case of our fundamental basic beliefs. Who is we here? Is he representing the American people? Is he thinking he's, to me it seems like he's suggesting the roots, the fundamentals that Christianity and Islam share, right? But he didn't say me as a Christian. He says we. Does he consider like Christianity to be United States de facto religion? Is that why he's like just putting everybody under this basket of we, and he's just representing American people as we Christians and you Muslims? Is that what he's saying? Like, is he running as a president? Am I reading too much into this? I might be reading too much into this. That's why I come and do this live streams with you guys, so that you guys could tell me to snap out of it. This is not that big of a deal, Armin. So tell me, let me see, because we're not, or we're already 30 seconds in, and I'm losing my mind here. Hold on. I wish your username was something else, because if I read your username, YouTube is not gonna promote our channel. So I effing love humanism is saying like and subscribe. Oh, and ring the bell. Yes, thank you. That wasn't a question. That was like telling you guys to hit the bell button as well. Here's the Twitch question. Yeah, you are all nutcases. That sounds like the same origin. Yeah. Okay. So, so is he not, when he's running as a president? Is he not representing American atheists? Is that what this is suggesting? Guys, make sure if you want me to read something that you're tagging Atheist Republic, because I can't go over everything you guys are saying, right? Oh yeah, Soha is saying the same thing. See, Soha is always very helpful. So unoriginal overall is saying, I effing hate Republicans, but this pandering bull crap makes it so difficult for me to vote for any blue, much less reanimated F. Okay, guys, vote for this guy, no matter how. Okay, I hope this doesn't discourage anybody. No matter how much I say crap about this guy, I think it's irresponsible if you can't vote for him and you don't vote for him, because it doesn't make it, no matter how, I can't swear. God damn, it's so hard not to swear, YouTube, man. No matter how bad this guy is, it's not nearly as bad as Trump, okay? So one reason why I'm feeling okay to, like, I can't. You know what? I'm tired. I'm gonna say one reason I'm feel comfortable to shit on him right now, because I know the poll numbers have them so far apart that I don't think I'm gonna have much of an influence. So I think when somebody's talking about teaching Islam in schools, I need to make a video of it, because even given that he's gonna be elected, it seems like it, at least, right? Another person, I effing love humanism, is saying, yes, I think he means the same roots from Christianity and Islam, but I still think you make too much of it. Well, I mean, I don't think, if you think that's what he means, I don't think I'm making too much of it, when the person that is probably going to be the most powerful official on the planet Earth, representing the most powerful country in the whole world, thinks that when he says we, he's representing Christians. I don't think that's something that insignificant, okay? Maybe I'm being paranoid. Marco is saying American atheists should have voted for Yang in the primary, but now they actually should vote for Biden, since Trump is worse. Yes, I agree. By the way, did you guys see? I interviewed Yang, and I got the first on the record. Like, I interviewed Yang, and he told me that he would represent atheists as well. So I don't. Well, go watch the video. Go search Armin Navabi, Andrew Yang. But I got on record for the first time a presidential candidate in the United States on camera endorsing atheists and making sure that he is going to represent them as well. Got that on record. Made history. Anyways, let me continue with this nonsense.
Beliefs, and I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, for being engaged, for committing to action this November. You're doing what's that's never been done before. You're registering and turning out 1 million Muslim voters this November. It matters. Your voice is your vote. Your vote is your voice. Muslim Americans' voices matter to our communities, to our country, but we all know that your voice hasn't always gotten recognized or represented.
Yeah, okay, guys, you got the people here that are saying, well, this is normal, this is usual. Well, it shouldn't be normal. That's why my reaction is a proper reaction. Just because it's normal, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't treat it as if it's not normal. This shouldn't be normal. This person is being elected to represent all Americans, not just the Christians and the Muslims.
And or the recognition it deserves. And that's your right as a citizen. You know, what you're doing is making a real difference. I mean that. Look, this weekend I lost a friend, but we lost a champion for civil rights of all people, a tireless advocate for making sure every single person could access the power of their vote. The great Congressman John Lewis. You know, from the time he first marched with Dr. King until his last march last month with Black Lives Matter, he understood viscerally that the rights and freedoms of all people are connected. We're all connected. And no one is free while other people are oppressed. You know, it was no surprise that when Donald Trump announced the Muslim ban during his first week in office, John went directly to Hartsfield International Airport in his home district in Atlanta to demand answers of immigration officials. They wouldn't tell him how many people were being detained. You know what his answer was? Simply, quote, "Why don't we just sit down and stay a while?" End of quote. As always, John Lewis knew where to stand or to sit to be on the right side of history.
Yeah, the Muslim ban was idiotic, especially if the fact that it didn't contain the countries that you would contain if you actually did care about security. That was also pandering. This is pandering. That was pandering. The Muslim ban that Trump did was completely idiotic.
And the best way to honor John's legacy is to continue his purpose, continue his commitment to making it easier for every American to cast their ballot and participate in our democracy. In memory of John, Congress should make up legislation take up the legislation to restore the Voting Rights Act. The legislation he fought so courageously for. They should take it up immediately. And if they don't, I'll make sure it happens at the beginning of my administration. Look, Mr. Chairman, I don't have to tell any of you that this is the most important election in modern American history.
They say that about every election. Start saying, how much are you buying into the fact that Biden is cognitively declining to a worrying extent? It doesn't matter as long as it's not Trump. You could vote for a rock for all I care, guys. Like you Americans, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? That's not an issue. If it's not Trump, you're making an improvement. Muhammad is saying, I agree with you, Armin. I think it's dangerous to say such a thing. It's a slippery slope. Yep. Thank you, Muhammad.
Muslim communities were the first to feel Donald Trump's assault on black and brown communities in this country with his vile Muslim ban. That fight was the opening barrage in what has been nearly 4 years of constant pressure and insults.
It's really, by the way, Trump is not anti-Muslim. Trump got closer to Saudi Arabia than any other president. He wants to get close to the Muslims that are allies with him while also pandering to the people that hate Muslims at the same time. And somehow he managed to do both.
Attacks against Muslim American communities, Latino communities, black communities, AAPI communities, Native Americans. You know, Donald Trump has fanned the flames of hate in this country across the board through his words, his policies, his appointments, his deeds. And he continues to fan those flames. Under this administration, we've seen an unconscionable rise in Islamic phobia. The incidents including...
Islamic phobia? Did he just make up a new term? What the hell is Islamic phobia? I mean, we already have an issue with Islamophobia not being a word, not being a stupid word. But now we have Islamic phobia? Is that like a thing? Or did he just miss Islamic? Did he actually say Islamic phobia? This is the first time somebody says Islamic phobia.
Unconscionable rise in Islamic phobia.
He said Islamic phobia. What the hell is Islamic phobia? I've never heard of Islamic phobia.
The incidents including kids being bullied.
Islamic phobia.
In school and hate crimes in our communities. He's named people with a history of open Islamic phobia.
Oh, he said it again, Islamic phobia. He said it again. That wasn't just a mistake. He thinks Islamophobia. Somebody, guys, he doesn't even know. I think he just like, okay, so it's one thing for him to, was this like live? Because they could have just like stopped it and somebody said like, wait, this not like Biden, Mr. Biden, it's not Islamophobia. We have to do another take. Why didn't not only did he not realize that this is not the word, but the people that recorded this and then sent it over, they didn't also recognize that this is not the right word. Like, okay, so if he doesn't know that the term that people use is Islamophobia, not Islamic phobia, what are the chances that when he says we need to teach Islam in school, he's not talking about the nuance? Like, given how unaware he is about the nuances of these kind of discussions, what are the chances that when he says we need to teach Islam in school, he's talking about the thing that we're actually scared of having classes telling children, oh, look, Islam is so lovely and great. That's what he's talking about, and not about, oh, in high school you learn about the origins and the history of Islam, and objectively, with, in a secular way, without actually telling you that this is a revelation from God. Obviously, he's not. I mean, not obviously, but probably he's not talking about that, right? I mean, he's probably just reading from scripts that people wrote him. Is he like reading off of a teleprompter? And if he has it been written on there Islamic phobia, or is he? I don't know, man. This is weird. What the hell is Islamic phobia, guys? Oh my God! Kugler is saying it's Biden being Biden. Hold on, who was that? He's not too smart. He used to be smart, guys. Though, like I watched his older debates. He was pretty sharp. So this must be just because of old age.
Open, straightforward, who have no business serving in high positions in our government, to key leadership roles in our Department of Defense, the U.S. Agency for International Development. He's not only an insult to our values, it weakens our standing in the world. What message does this send to the rest of the world? We have led the world not just by the example of our power, but the power of our example. And he's making a mockery of what we stand for. We can do something about it. And I'm here today to ask you to join me in a fight to rip this poison from our government root and stem, or as the famous case said, root and branch, starting by making Donald Trump a one-term president this November. But I'm not just asking for your support because the alternative is unthinkable. I want to earn your vote, not just because he's not worthy of being president. I want to work in partnership with you to make sure your voices are included in the decision-making process as we work to rebuild our nation. We can't just build back to where we're from.
Not that many people are voting for you because you earned their vote. Vast majority of people are voting for you because they don't want Trump.
Where we were before Donald
Trump
pretend
it's not true.
Took office. We have to build back better. And right now, we're facing a trio of urgent crises in this nation. A public health crisis, as this pandemic is heading in the wrong direction. An economic crisis, with millions of Americans out of work and small businesses struggling to survive.
Oh, Marco sent me a €5 super chat saying my contribution to fight Islamophobia. Thank you, Marco. That's awesome.
And a racial justice crisis, a long overdue national reckoning about the way our country has treated blacks, browns, Native Americans, and I know Muslim Americans feel that too, especially black Muslims. You know, these come on top of a looming climate crisis, deep-seated economic inequities that have too long divided this country, rewarding those at the very top while working-class folks have to work harder and harder just to stay where they are. You know, there's not a single one of these issues where Muslim Americans don't have a critical stake.
You know, if I was giving making a video like this and I was running for president, the first thing I would think, like, okay, let's come up with a script. What should we tell them? And they give me a script like this. I'm like, I don't want to tell them something they've heard like 1,000 times before. Let me try to come up with like something original, you know? Let me think of something like they would be like, ooh, okay, yeah, I didn't hear that before. Maybe like at least say something that at least half of them have never heard before. Right? Like the things that you're hearing, like the Muslims that go to these Islamic seminars and, you know, political things, they have heard these lines like, oh yeah, Trump is bad and it's not fair to you, and that's important, this is important. They have like heard this like a million goddamn times. Like, what do you think? Like, you have to say something different. At least if you can't come up with something, hire people that can come up with something a little bit more original.
And our ability to deliver solutions and real results. There's not one of these issues where Muslim Americans aren't essential to our success. From Muslim medical professionals to frontline workers, we're fighting around the clock to beat back this virus.
It's really sad to treat Muslims like a collective like this. Like if I was a Muslim, I would be like, we have bad people too, right? Right? Like it's so. I feel like I would feel like people are treating me like a child if they tell me like, oh, Muslims are so great. They're great. Like, well, I would be like, well, not all of us. Like, right? So I don't know. I feel like people are being treated like if I say like, oh, women are so great, or if you say like, oh, these people are so great, like you're like, what? Are you like? Do you think like I'm gonna be so excited if you like tap me on the head? Like this is it's kind of insulting to whatever group you do this to.
Risking their own health in the process. For the Muslim small business owners who are the pillars of their community, who have worried about how to keep their doors open. The Muslim CEOs are keeping people on the job and keeping our country running, like Pioneer Service outside of Chicago, which retooled during COVID-19 from making auto parts to manufacturing ventilators. And to the Muslims who have suffered abuse and discrimination or worse because of their faith, the color of their skin, those working to advance social justice.
Because of the color of their skin? They have, okay.
Every single day. All those Muslims who have served in the United States military, who have committed to do so and continue to do so today. I'll be a president who recognizes and honors your contributions. And these contributions go back, by the way, to our founding.
See, when you recognize people for their contributions, just focus on the contributions, okay? You don't go like, here's what you don't do, okay? Here's what you don't do. Like, okay, let's say there was a whole bunch of volunteers that helped, like, let's say we wanted to clean the beach and the beach was dirty, right? And there was like pollution everywhere and there was garbage and everything. And we brought everybody together and we're like, come on, guys, let's get together and let's clean the beach. And some people worked a lot. Some people were lazy and didn't show up. But then at the end of the day, I want to thank everybody, the people that contributed, the people that spent the time to clean the beach. I would be like, I want to recognize the contribution of the brunettes that helped clean the beach. And I also want to recognize the contribution of all the blonde people that helped us clean the beach. Like, well, what? Like, what does that got to do with the contribution? It has like the level of contribution has nothing to do with that variable. Why are you like just focus on the contribution? Like, why are you separating that? Okay, to be fair, let's actually, I have a comeback to myself. Okay, I have a comeback to what I just said. The comeback would be, well, Armin, if historically people only recognize the contributions of the brunette people and not the blonde people, then maybe you would want to spend an extra an extra emphasis on recognizing the contribution of the blonde people, just because their contribution has been ignored for a while. Maybe that's a good comeback. All right. See, I argue against myself better than anyone else.
Be a president who seeks out and listens to and incorporates the ideas and concerns of Muslim Americans on everyday issues that matter most to our communities. That will include having Muslim American voices as part of my administration. If I have the honor of being president, I will end the Muslim ban on day one. Day one. And I'll work with Congress to pass hate crimes legislation like the Jabbar Hire No Hate Act.
Okay, fair enough. Removed. Wait, what did he say? He's gonna. Why is it day one? Like day one, how many things they do promise that they do on day one? Day one must be like, do they actually, has anybody followed how many things they promise that they're going to do on day one and presidents haven't done it on day one? Doesn't these things take longer than 1 day to do? So how could you do like, do they have like a list of 20 things that they have to do on day one that you literally cannot do in 1 day? Or is that just that one thing? Let me see. What did he promise to do on day one?
Day one.
Wait, hold on.
American voices as part of my administration. If I have the honor of being president, I will end the Muslim ban on day one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. The Muslim ban is not a major concern. I know it's somewhat of a concern, but not a major concern of Muslims who are already American and living in America. I know some of them are concerned because of the family and the friends that they have coming in and out, but there's also some of them that are happy a little bit with the Muslim ban, but I don't know what the net effect is. But aren't most Muslims that are American and living in America, or is this something that they want to be passionate about because they're using it as a sign that they're being attacked, but them personally as Americans who are living in America are not necessarily being affected by it? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Okay, but the Muslim ban still exists. Well, the Muslim ban exists, but some other countries that are not Islamic were added to it so that it doesn't look like a Muslim ban anymore. Marco is saying he can do it with a presidential decree, so he can actually do it in one day. Okay, good to know, Marco. Wow. Strout is saying if a group are being discriminated, but that discriminated group has a bad beliefs, how would you toe the line between criticizing the bad idea without inciting hate on that community? By saying that you're not doing it. It's very easy. The same way that you do with any other bad. Hey, okay, here's how you say. Here's the easiest way to do it. Like, hey, you're wrong about that, but that's cool because I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about something myself. There you go. Like you say, like, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you why I think your ideas are bullshit, but don't take that as a personal attack because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I also believe in something that is absolute bullshit that I don't know that is absolute bullshit, or else I wouldn't believe in it. Believing in wrong things is not a crime. We're all wrong to some extent about something. So me saying that you're wrong about this is not necessarily something. I'm not attacking you personally, because if I was, I would be attacking myself personally because I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about something as well. See? Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
Day one. And I'll work with Congress to pass hate crimes legislation like the Jabbar Hire.
Hey, Julian, cut it out or I'll ban you forever from the YouTube channel.
No Hate Act. And end racial and religious profile and the End Racial and Religious Profiling Act. I'll be focused on issues that matter to all Americans: getting the virus under control, addressing health disparities, working to expand access to affordable, high-quality health care.
As Strauss is saying, as a world leader, you shouldn't talk about what religion is true and what religion is not true. It's none of your goddamn business. Your government now. That's not, leave that to us activists. World leaders shouldn't be involved in telling people what their religious beliefs, which religious beliefs are right. Well, none of them are right, but whether people's religious beliefs are right or wrong. They should just make an environment where us activists have the freedom to do that without any legal consequences.
Protecting and building on Obamacare with a public option. And I promise you, I'll make historic investments to revitalize our economy by strengthening American manufacturing and the supply chains, and by making sure American workers have an opportunity to join a union and earn a real living wage.
If you're Biden and you're saying these things over and over again, do you like hate yourself by the time you go to sleep? Like, it must be exhausting repeating the same lines.
I like to make sure that all our children are prepared and equipped to succeed in the 21st century. An economy has to change and get better by making critical investments in our teachers and our schools. We're going to triple the funding for schools in low-income areas. We're not going to leave schools and child centers on their own to figure out how to keep educators and students
Where's the
safe
Islamic stuff
during a pandemic.
Go.
And we're going to restore American leadership around the world. starting by putting our democratic values and our diplomacy at the center of our foreign policy again.
Jesus, man.
You know, I won't be writing any love letters to dictators. And I won't fail to speak out against the abuse.
Really? I want to see how, man, when Biden wins, guys, this is 8:51, okay? 8:51. I want to see how Biden will treat Saudi Arabia. Okay, we should clip this part out. And if Biden's administration has a good relationship with Saudi Arabia, and he just said he's not going to write love letters to dictators, then we're going to be like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened, hey?
Of human rights, including targeting for violence.
Oh, you're talking about China, but you're not going to mention Saudi Arabia, are you? Because, oh yeah, of course you're not going to mention Saudi Arabia. You're talking to Muslims.
Against the abuses of human rights, including...
I
won't be writing any love letters to dictators. And I won't fail to speak out against the abuses of human rights, including targeting for violence and prosecution of Muslim minorities around the world.
In China?
I have, and I'll continue to speak out for the Uyghurs.
Yes, that's what I thought. You're talking about the Uyghurs, which is good. But are you going to talk about what Saudi Arabia does, especially if you're talking to a Muslim group? Probably not.
Yeah. I'll work to close those god-awful policies. I'll work to close in close cooperation with our partners to meet the moral demands of a humanitarian crisis.
You would get, actually, is China as a, you might get some sympathy from this Muslim community that you're talking about China, but you would have gotten more of a reaction if you talk about Israel. But he's not going to talk about Israel. That would be like a political suicide for him, right? Again, I'm not, oh shit, I might get in trouble. I'm talking about lobby groups, just like any other lobby groups. I'm not talking about that conspiracy of some group of people being empowered and stop power. Jesus Christ, man, I'm going to get myself in trouble, okay? I'm talking about powerful lobby groups, just like any other powerful lobby groups, okay? Jesus, man, I shouldn't, I'm going to get myself banned.
Syria, Yemen, and Gaza. I'll continue to champion the rights of Palestinians and Israelis to have a state of their own, as I have for decades.
Oh, he is touching on the Israeli-Palestinian thing. For them to have a state of their own. That's almost impossible now. Wait, so you're telling people that you're going to fight for Palestinians to have a state of their own. I mean, do people realize that neither Israelis or Palestinians want that? The vast majority of them do not want that. And the settlements has made that close to impossible. Like, you guys should know this. They know this, don't they? That the two-state solution is both unpopular and almost impossible in these days, right? So when you're promising that, when you're just throwing this as a promise out there, do they know that with the knowledge that they're promising something that is almost impossible? Was he just promising that? Let's see his wording.
Crisis in Syria, Yemen, and Gaza. I'll continue to champion the rights of Palestinians and Israelis to have a state of their own, as I have for decades. Each of them a state of their own. We're not going to be able to do any of this if we don't win in November. That's why this event and your involvement is so critical. We can't afford anyone to stay in the sidelines and sit this election out. We need you. I need you. I need you to mobilize and motivate one another to register to vote, to make a plan for how to vote safely in November. Make it now.
He might have lost a whole bunch of Muslims by kind of saying something a little bit positive about Israel to have, you're saying Israel needs to have a state of its own. Like, you're giving them a bit too much respect. Maybe you should just not talk about Israel when you're talking to a Muslim audience.
To talk to all your friends and families, to engage colleagues from your mosque and your community centers, to get them engaged as well. Hadith from the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, guys, this is what okay, look here. This part, the rest of it I haven't watched. The first part I watched, and this is a clip that I saw. This is where it gets really bad, okay? This is where it gets really bad. And when I was told about this, I was shocked about this segment
This is the worst part. You thought the school teaching Islam in school part is bad. This is bad, in my opinion. Okay, hold on. Let me actually make sure I bring up this what he's saying. I need to have this as a reference. Okay, holy fucking Christ. Okay. Let me bring this for you guys. All right, there we go. So now, what he's doing now? He just said Hadith. He's gonna quote Hadith. He's going to quote Prophet Muhammad. The presidential nominee of the United States is reading Islamic scripture to you now, okay? This triggers the shit out of me. Hold on. It's not even Quran like Obama did. He's reading Hadith. Fucking hell.
Hadith from the Prophet Muhammad instructs, whomever among you sees a wrong, let him change it with his hand. If he is not able, then with his tongue. If he is not able, then with his heart. So many of you are living this teaching in your own communities every day, joining your faith and your principles with the American principles that are consistent, actions that take and make life better for your families, for your neighbors, through service, advocacy work, and preaching peace.
All right, wait, what the Hadith was over? How did he get? Okay, so this is the Hadith. I had to go find it because he didn't give the source. So I found the Persian and the Arabic and the English. This is, what's the Hadith? Let's see the Hadith giving. I mean, somebody helped me find it, to be honest, actually. Okay, this is, hold on, sorry. What the hell? Okay, this is Nahjul Fasaha Hadith 3010. Nahjul Fasaha on page 768. And the Hadith, okay, this is a problematic Hadith actually. I heard the Messenger of Allah saying, whoever amongst you sees an evil, let him change it with his hand, and if he is not able, then with his tongue, and if he is not able, then with his heart, and that is of the weakest of faith, related by okay, hold up. Did he say, is that the one that he said?
In your own communities every day. Whoever among you sees a wrong, to engage colleagues from your mosque and your community center.
That's what he said.
Get them engaged as well.
Hadith
from the Prophet Muhammad instructs, whomever among you sees a wrong, let him change it with his hand.
Yeah.
If he is not able, then with his tongue. If he is not able, then with his heart.
Let me tell you why this Hadith triggers the shit out of me, okay? Because this Hadith is the Hadith that encourages people to do Amr b'Ma'ruf and Nahy Munkar, okay? The principle of Amr b'Ma'ruf and Nahy Munkar is something that has been used for so much evil. This is basically the Islamic teaching that turns the Muslims on each other, turns them spies against each other. This is the Islamic teaching that tells you that it's every Muslim's not only right, but duty to go be the police of other Muslims. To tell on them, to stop them when they're doing what is considered sin in Islam. To try to stop them. In Iran, for example, this has given legal and religious authority to every person to go after women. This is especially used against women for not having proper Islamic attire, Islamic behavior, keeping people in check. This is basically people giving excuses for people to meddle in people's personal lives where, and insert themselves without any invitation, and with the backing of the government and with the support of government, invade people's personal lives as a citizen. This is such a divisive teaching in Islam, and it's been encouraged and taught to us from childhood in Islamic schools in Iran, where I grew up, as something that must be done. This is kind of like a police state where when you don't have enough police and you turn every citizen into a spy for your police state. This is the teaching, Islamic teaching, that helps you do that. The reason why this triggers me is because this is something that many women rights activists in Iran are calling out as evil. And now I'm saying, like, this is when I heard this, and I wanted to make sure that this is the one that encourages people to do that teaching. I wanted to make sure it is, because it was very interesting, because the Iranian atheists and secular activists have a history with this teaching, and for it to all of a sudden come out from the presidential nominee in the United States, to me, like had so much flash, like it was unbelievable. Like I thought like I'm listening to one of the mullahs in Friday prayers in Iran. I don't know, man. This really Eid Mubarak.
So many of you are living this teaching in your own communities every day, joining your faith and your principles with the American principles that are consistent. Action.
Strout is that start? I don't know. It's saying, how many Muslims know about this hadith to the extent? Okay, here's the thing: the principle, the vast majority of Muslims know about it. Okay, but where the source of this principle is, and the hadith and the Quranic verses that backs any principle in Islam, most Muslims have no clue. Most Muslims have never read the hadith. Most Muslims haven't even read the Quran, let alone the hadith, right? They don't know the hadith, they don't know the Quranic verses, but they know the key principles that come out of the Quranic teaching, Quranic verses, and the hadith teaching. And Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy anil Munkar is something that it would be bizarre to me if you claim to be a long-term Muslim and have not heard. Like, I don't think that would be almost close to impossible. Very rare. Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy anil Munkar is something that most Muslims have heard of. Marco is saying, isn't it awful that this guy is still much better than the Mongo menace in the White House? Yes. It's okay. It's vote for him, even though he's in. Maybe the fact, as somebody that is for limited government, maybe the fact that he's going to be so, I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I have to think about that.
Make life better for your families, for your neighbors, through service, advocacy work, and preaching peace. You deserve to have a president and an administration who will work with you and support you in these efforts, not try to scapegoat your communities or advance xenophobic political agenda on the back of Muslim communities. And if I have the honor of being elected President of the United States, together we can work to right the wrongs and see our...
All right, okay, that's enough. Okay, I don't know. It's very interesting to me that this doesn't get more attention. There's two things here that I thought a lot of people on the right exaggerate, like they jump on these things and I guess I might be exaggerating, but I have you guys to tell me if I'm exaggerating, and I listen to you guys, right? Like, I do a good job at, considering that maybe some exaggerating. You guys hold me accountable and tell me, like, Armin, chill the fuck out. It's not that bad. So I'm hoping that I'm like not fear mongering when I get triggered. I come here, and if it's too much, you guys tell me to chill the fuck out. So I'm not fear mongering. Like, and I try to read what you guys are saying as well, to have like some counterpoints to what I'm saying. So I'm hoping like I'm not doing like, because I watch left-leaning people and I feel like they're talking in a bubble, and I watch like right-leaning people and I feel like they're talking in a bubble. I'm trying to not do that here, okay? I'm trying to be like, okay, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm exaggerating here, and you guys, and we can do this together, right? It's fun. We could figure this out together as we go. Cooklorf here. Cooklorf is saying Biden is clearly clueless about Islam. He just wants the votes. I don't think his intentions are bad. Yeah, I mean, he would just wants to vote. But again, the fact that he's so easily moved into positions that he's not aware of is dangerous, I think. Yeah, I don't think Biden is has bad intentions. I hope, I'm pretty sure he himself, like, I mean, come on, these people are old, they're already rich, they can have comfortable lives. I'm pretty sure, like, even if we think they have bad policies, I think the intentions are probably good. Armin, shut the fuck out. It's not that bad. Okay, all right, okay. Okay. All right, guys. This was fun. You know. Oh wait, Brad is saying you are trying to be the rational centrist like Lawrence Southern. No, I'm not. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna be a centrist. Okay. Centrist, if a rational position means that you have to be all the way to the right or all the way to the left on a certain issue, I'm going to go all the way to wherever, to the extreme, to the center, to a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. It doesn't have to be center. Oh, like center doesn't mean rational. Okay, sometimes the most rational position is what most right-leaning people would agree with, or most left-leaning people would agree with. Okay, so not all, a position in the middle is not always the best position. That's what I'm saying. Soha is saying like and subscribe, for crying out loud. And yeah, again, somebody was pointing out that how come you guys, there's most of you here have not liked this video. Like, what's up with that? Why? It takes, look, I'm gonna like this video. Look, wait, hold on. I'm not even showing it to you guys. Look how easy it is. Boop. That was easy. I'm not gonna subscribe because I don't like the hill, but you guys should also subscribe. Oh, also, guys, there's a join button. You guys, did you see that? We have a new join button at Atheist Republic. You should click that. We now have memberships. I'm gonna make exclusive videos for our members. Hold on. Look at this. This is new. Look. You see that? Hold on, let me show it to you. Look at this. If you go to our channel, there's a join button and you get exclusive. Oh, wait, let me remove this so you guys can see. You get exclusive videos. These are pesos, but you get see it in your own currency. It's not that bad. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Let me see if you guys said anything before I go. Okay, guys, love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Gonna see you in less than 12 hours. Well, 11 hours now. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to an anarchist in 11 hours. So you check again. Go to it if you want to make sure you don't miss it. Here, look at this. This is in 12 hours happening. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you hit this bell button, then you always will know when the next live streams are. Okay. Bye.